Oh, yes. Good morning. Well, I'm not sure where summer's gone, ladies and jelly spoons, but I think it's shipped up and gone away somewhere to avoid the coronavirus. I truly believe it has. We are in the middle to the end of July, and it's nasty. Hopefully, we'll have some sunshine soon. Hello, I think Barrett's are flying over. Yeah, Barrett's. I think they're selling houses again. He goes, don't land on my place. Anyway, lovely to see you all. Boris Johnson says we must do the okey cokey for bankers to make our NHS possible. He can kiss my butt cheeks. Hello, Dave Boylan. Lovely to see you, love. Let's clap for the bankers now. Fucking let's clap for the bankers. The bankers need the clap. I don't know about clap for them. They need the clap. We need some prostitutes to go out and give all them bankers that they're sleeping with, all them lovely brasses. We need to give them the clap. Send them down the clinic. You do know the bankers run it all. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. I'll probably get taken. They've taken that monument down in Bristol, ladies and gentlemen. They took Colston down the other month, threw him in the harbour. Bosh, off he goes. Over the side, my son. Go on. And they put up a Black Lives Matter statue a couple of days ago of this bird called Joe. It's quite fit, to be fair. Quite eye candy, quite appealing. All dressed in black up there on the statue. Nothing like Colston. Anyway, the council have been in this morning with a grab lorry and they took it down. Unbelievable. My mate Jo from Bristol, she was there yesterday reporting on it, doing a fine job as well. Love Jo. She's an amazing woman. She's a good Facebook buddy of mine. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I get to go live again after the 22nd of this month. It's like I'm having my wings put back on. You've got wings. Yeah, I'm getting my wings back. Get me wings back. You'll be pleased to know that I am coming into the recording studio very soon. And I will be recording some tunes. Any requests that your favourite songs, I will be singing along to them to karaoke tunes, and I will be playing them for my music interludes. Now, I know you lot are right proper lucky. How lucky are you lot, eh? Bosh. I am not a communist. Mr. Johnson promised, adding, yes, of course, we clap for our NHS, but under this government, we also applaud those who make our NHS possible, yes. Michael Gove the other day, he said, I think it's disrespectful when people don't wear masks in shops to go and get their stuff. He's seen in Cafe Nero or Pret a Manger, grabbing his lunch. Guess what Govey ain't wearing? He ain't wearing a mask. And he needs to wear a mask because he's one ugly mother trucker, let me tell you. Morning, Davey Wilson. Jesus Joe's here. We just got a government, they're the master race. You know, they're just but anyway, we're going to be talking this morning about ecclesiastical deed polls, guys, and we're going to be talking about the Form 206. I brought them all in. We're going to be going through that this morning. And Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. We're going to be going through that. And this is how we exit Babylon. Listen, do you understand that you've got the master race in there? They seem to own us all, own our land, our properties. And this is like people say to me, I'm mental health going through the roof, Dave. There's so much mental health in the... And I go, yeah, there is. But the reason why you got all this mental health is because men and women, if they don't feel secure in their property, their liberty and their freedoms, you get all these insecurities. You know, when you're worried about a council coming round, taking your house or taking your car or the police beating you up. No wonder there's all this mental fucking shit going on, excuse my French. Yeah? If men and women of this country and around the world were secure in their property, their liberty and their freedoms, mental health would be about this big. Be dealt with very swiftly. Mental health. Guys and girls, listen, there's only one book, right? You can go and see 1,000 briefs. You can go and see all these counsellors that sit there, so worthier than thou, you know, we're so great and majestical. You don't think they've all got problems at home? Leave off. Of course they have. There's only one book in the world that ever levels you and brings you back to common sense and know who you are, and it's up to you whether you go and read it but this is my favourite book in the whole wide world, and it is the only law that I have to live by. And that's it. End of. It's not up for debate. The Bible cannot be debated, argued, or questioned in a court of law. Can't be. And when that judge says to you, put your hand on the Bible and swear on it, you've got to say, with respect, sir, madam, your cheesiness, your helmetness, I can't swear an oath because God's a jealous God, and it says I can't serve two masters because I'm going to love one or hate the other. And you watch them, they're going to go, oh dear, we've got someone here who knows who he is. So we have ritualistic satanic communism in this country right now. Views this morning of everyone on the aeroplanes all high-fiving with their hands in the airs with their halo masks on. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Myself, I'd rather sit at home in the sun and sunbits rather than go abroad at the minute and go through. Listen, I've always said, right, for years, I've been going abroad for years because, don't forget the Brits, we went to Spain in the 70s and we conquered it. We took it over. There's certain parts of Spain that are not Spain no more. They are British colonies. Benidorm, Bosch, Bob's your uncle. We turned up. We took it over. All right. We always used to get the shits, but we don't get the shits no more. We've got to go long haul for that. Got to go long haul to get the shits. But Spain and Europe and Portugal, we don't get the shits no more because we're used to it. All right. So we took over Spain. We did. But I've always said, the 70s was quite a decent experience. You turned up, you got your ticket, you jumped on your plane, Bob's your uncle, off you went. Now, you've got to go through Gestapo security with their face monitors and them little halo things that go round and round and round. It's all AI people. They're getting you used to the AI. And what they're doing with these mask wearings is they're getting the AI to recognise you without seeing the whole of your face, purely by the devices and that you're carrying through the airport, whether it be your bank card chip or your chip in your phone. These people that run this world think we're all stupid. And do you know what? We're not. We're far from stupid. So that's what this is all about. The AI 2 meters apart. They need to make sure that they've got you securely in that thingy. And then they know you are. The AI will be able to check you out without seeing the whole of your face. Myself, if I'm ever forced to wear a mask, I'm going to get a fucking hijab. Oh, yes. I'm going to be going into my Aldis and Lidls, and you're just going to see me eyes, peeps. I'm telling you. Listen, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Not racist. I don't get into none of that racialism stuff. I mean, I can buy an hijab on eBay. I'm going to fucking buy one of them bad boys. I'm going to be going into town. I'm going to be having a very nice time, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you. Anyway, the purpose of this one today was we're going to be talking about ecclesiastical deed polls. We're going to be talking about evidence of life forms, all right? And we're going to explain to you, beautiful ladies and gentlemen, and I will be doing a show later on this week with my good friends that I'm going to keep anonymous for now because I don't, I'm out there. I don't care. I don't live in fear, but I want to protect the people. You'll hear their voices, and they're going to be telling you about how they've already done this process and how they've captured their miners' accounts. So it's fantastic. Hannah Oswald, morning, princess. Lovely to see you. You're going to be sitting at home doing your boobs this year with the sun, stay going abroad. I would. I certainly would. You will not be catching me on an aeroplane right now. Not a chance. Sun your boobs at home. That's all I'm saying, girls. Get down our finest Kent coastlines or coastlines around the country with the beautiful sands and the beaches and that. Get down there and let them go free, ladies and gentlemen. Just get your local suntans at home, all right? We got some beautiful, beautiful people in this country, very photogenic indeed, and we've also got some very beautiful pictures of our beautiful countryside. Now, look, combine the two. I want to see you all with your photos around the countries with your little toots and sweets is all sorted out and sharing all that. How great and wonderful this green and pleasant land is, all right? Bob's your uncle. We'll be coming into some beautiful sunshine very soon. Bob's your uncle. We're going to be good. Enjoy not going to the city, Jesus, and helping local shops instead. Cities now are just a freaking nightmare. Oh, they're just a complete nightmare. I'm lucky. I live out in darling Buds and May country. I live out with Pa Larkin Shame I never managed to get my hands on Catherine Zeta-Jones. But have you seen Ulrika Johnson? Bless her heart. My mate bought Ulrika Johnson's house. Ulrika Johnson used to work at the TVS studios in Maidstone, or whatever it was called up there quite a few years ago. She was doing some shows up there, Ulrika, and she seems to have hit rock bottom now. Was she doing adrenochrome? Only she knows that answer to that question. But Mark, she was living in an house with Stan Collymore, and Stan got a bit fisty and started knocking her about. They split up. They sold the house, and my friend bought it. And my mate lived in the house for about 7 or 8 years. We used to go round and touch the walls. Oh, Eureka's been in here. But she looks like a bag of shit right now. Eureka, if you ever come across me and you want yourself sorting out, not sexually, but mentally and that, give me a shout. I'll help you, princess, get back to greatness. David, I don't fly. Besides, too much sun is bad for your skin, but I will be going hiking through the hills, though. Mate, I don't blame you. Good for you, Anna. What part of the country are you at, Hannah? I think we've done this before, but I've got a brain like a goldfish. It's a 30-second memory in here, but we do what we do. I can only help the local shops. Stay home, boost your own economy. I want to talk about a friend of mine, Paul, who lives Eastbourne way. Found himself living next door to a woman who dad was an inspector of Eastbourne Police. Well, the police paid Paul a visit over 50 times in 2 years, and they nicked his car and they nicked his house and give him a good hiding in the process. Eastbourne Police, you are a bunch of cunts. The fucking lot of you. You're evil, you're fucking wicked, and it's time for a change, people. Let me tell you, I can't stand this. Sorry about the profanities, but they have ruined my friend's life. For what? For what benefit? For what benefit? For what does it profit a man to inherit the world but in turn lose his soul? Can anyone tell me? What does it profit someone to inherit the world but in turn lose their soul? I don't understand it. And the system's after your souls, ladies and gentlemen. They want you bowing down with your butt up in the air so they can give it a good old rogering. Well, ain't happening on my watch. And your watch as well. Don't forget you're coming on this journey with me, right? Jacqueline Jones, morning, princess. Lovely to see you. Jacqueline, we're just talking about our beautiful, wonderful English coastlines and you Bella Bambinos, you beautiful ladies out there. If you fancy, stay in this country this year. Don't get on the aeroplanes and go and sun your tits down your local coastline. That's my advice to you. And if you want to share pictures, feel free to. Lovely. Not far from Saddlesworth's Moor. It's about half an hour and a walk from here. Saddlesworth's Moor. That's something happened at Saddleworth Moors. What happened at Saddleworth's Moor? Was there some murders there? Something that Saddleworth Moors is quite a historic place, but not for a good reason. Something happened there in my mind's eye. It was a bit spooky yesterday. A new subscriber come into the channel. And they were commenting and I asked them whether they were male or female, and I just thought, I'm getting a male energy. I went, you're a male, and then they went, oh yeah, I'm a male. I was like, woo! Ian Brady, that's it. Saddleworth Moor. Ian Brady and Maya Hindley. She was seen walking down Rochester High Street quite a few years ago with 2 security guards from the prison, and she was just minding her lonesome, walking down the middle of the High Street. And these 2 big, really big women, look like they've had lots of Dominoes and cans of Coke, were monitoring her. And she was just footloose and fancy-free walking down the high street with a carrier bag. Fuck knows what she'd bought. Maybe some kids' giblets. Who knows? It's scandalous. But anyway, I think they're both dead now, anyway. I think Maya Hindley's dead and I think Brady's dead. Both should have hung from the neck, to be fair. Both should have hung from the neck. It was burning the other year. That's it. Yeah, and the Moors murders. That's it. Saddleworth Moor was on fire, wasn't it? Some little scroats had been round setting light to the place. And maybe this year, because our sun is not out, and we are having these dark, damp days, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that will stop a lot of these fires travelling around. Now, look. Before we get into the ecclesiastical deed poll and the other greatness I'm going to be sharing with you this morning, I want you to just flick over to Australia. The fires that the Australians have had for last year, which ruined and killed 500,000 animals, right? 500,000 animals perished because of men and women that are fucktards that work in their local councils, right? Because the greenies, the lefties, the fucking retards said, oh no, you mustn't keep playing with the forest. You mustn't keep playing with the vegetation out there. You must let it grow wild so that the animals can just be fine. But what the bush people used to do, the Aborigines, or the originals as I call them, and other people used to keep fire breaks in Australia. They would make sure that there were strips of land that were stripped down to nothing, so that if there was a fire, it wouldn't jump across to another part of the trees. They used to have all these fire breaks, right? So that a certain hectare of vegetation that would disappear. But oh no, the lefties, the retards, the one that know it all, the master race, said no, we can't do that anymore. And as a consequence of their fuckery, 500,000 animals and most of their country was devastated in the most dangerous fires Australia's seen since the dawn of man. Why did that happen? Because you've got all these leftist fucking retards. Oh no, you can't chastise your child. Oh no, you can't do this. You can't do that. They're the problem. The leftist retards, the ones that are all, you know, the ones, you've been to council meetings, that they all sit there, didn't they? I'm greater than thou. Yeah, you can't say this, you can't do that. You've met them all. You know the people I'm talking about. They're all idiots. They're all fucking retards, and they are the reason why we're at where we're at. Let me tell you. And remember, Adolf and his squad were leftists. You do know that, didn't you? You do know that the Nazi Party were leftists. You know that they were on the left of politics, didn't you? You can't say this if I shoot you. Well, there you go. Could be coming to a town near you. Yeah, they didn't backburn the bush. That's it. Listen, ladies, you've got to backburn your bush. Let me tell you. If you want to stay in a nice, decent place, you've got to backburn your bush. It's all the rage. So that's why all these fires kicked up in Australia, because of the lefties. They stopped all the decent people going in and making sure that the fire breaks were still there. I watched a documentary by an Australian guy. He can't believe it. He said, this is the reason. He said, the fucking lefties in government have caused this. Unbelievable. I don't understand why we bow down to these people. Keith Bennett, body is still on the moors, never found, unfortunately. Yeah, the young kid with glasses, bless his heart. I know the kid you're talking about. Shamima Begum wins rights to enter the UK. For fuck's sake. Paulie, lovely to see you. Unbelievable. Ladies, I wouldn't suggest you all go out burning your bushes. It could be dangerous. You might end up in A&E. But if it's on your agenda and it's the way you want to go, go. This will open floodgates. That will open floodgates. Probably are, yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to finish my coffee and then we're going to get into the ecclesiastical deed poll. We're going to get into the evidence life and some other bits and bobs that you can file locally at your own courts, your own public courthouses to remedy this bullshit situation we seem to all find ourselves in, all right? Because we are the light, we are the remedy. We're going to make sure we're all brand new and our country is back to greatness. How's about that? Do you not want a country that's back to greatness? If you lot put me in charge, right, or said, Dave, get up there into London, we're going to fuck Boris out of it and all of these idiots. I don't think Boris could time an egg. I've got to be honest with you. I don't think that man could open a tin of beans or time an egg. I'm just putting it out. I don't think he could. But if ever the people of our country decide they want to change and put decent people with decent souls in them buildings, let me tell you, we would have your country back to a greatness level that you would just want. You would just want. If you put people like Graham Moore, myself, Davy Russell, all the other great patriots that are standing up in this country, putting their head above the parapet, if you put them all together and said, righto, we're taking a chance on you, a bit like the American people did on President Trump, your country would be embroiled in greatness in about a week or two. Your kids would be safe. Your homes would be safe. No council would take your homes off of you. We'd be back to the rule of law. Who wouldn't want that? Why do people turn a blind eye to the truth? Why do people continue to protect this system that just wants to shaft them all the time? I don't understand it. But anyway, we will see what we can do. I only know the magistrates and Crown Court. Which one is the public courthouse? They're all public courthouses. They're all supposed to be for the people, by the people, but they've been sabotaged. Our court system has been sabotaged by the lefties, by the dictators, by the master race, and we got a mission. We're on a fucking mission here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, we are properly on a mission to get back to greatness. He said he is not a communist, which means he is. There you go. They have to tell you the truth and the lie and the same thing. Yeah. So Boris Johnson, by the time he mentioned communism, tells you that he's they're only in it to fuck you. Excuse my French, ladies and gentlemen. All words I use are defined in the dictionary. If you get offended by my words, maybe check out the actions of the government. Far worse than any of the words that come out of my mouth. And I am a Londoner. I am a very down-to-earth geezer. And we grew up with the F word and that from a very young age. It's just in our culture. But we don't mean it in a bad way. It's just how we express ourselves. So I try not to, but now and again, I don't mind sticking a few Fs out there. Because I can't stand living in a country where our politicians are shagging children and getting up to all sorts of nefarious activities. I can't stand it. And I want to see that cleansed. I want to see that eradicated and thrown in the Thames because it's a disease. It's an illness. And can they be exonerated and forgiven? Not a fucking chance. Because their victims were shown no mercy. Shown no mercy. These poor kids shown no mercy whatsoever. Zero mercy. And the stuff they've been doing. Can you imagine a full-grown man pulling his pants down and bending a child over, a young girl or a young boy? Now, I talk graphic because I want you to get the emotion. I want you to get the feelings that I get when I talk about stuff like this. The reason why I do it, it's a leveler. So can you imagine a judge, someone in a position like that, pulling his pants down, bending a young kid over, 4 or 5 or 6 years old, and sticking his penis in their bottom? Can you imagine what that must feel like? Can you? And I know that you're all reeling at home now. I know that every one of you sat at home, you're all reeling right now. You're all going, feeling very uncomfortable. Okay? It's a nasty, nasty thing, but this has been going on. This has been going on for a long time. And I say enough is enough. End this fucking evil, wicked system today. Let's end it. Let's get rid of this evil, wicked shit that's going on in this country. Bought nephew a book, complete book of knots. Got him off those Harry Potter evil books. Go on, Jesus Jones. I'm loving that. They sniff Charlie too, and they don't have to take a drugs test. Well, there you go. He's a Fabian and the Tories are communists. I'm Bedell. Do you know what's fascinating is that you're all talking about this sort of stuff now. I might just have to quickly disappear because my camera's on and my Royal Mailman's just turned up and I'm waiting for some paint to turn up in the post. So if he comes out of a box and toots his horn, I'll be back in 30 seconds, all right? Quicker than you can shave an inch off a snake's foreskin. Okay? So just bear with me. Actually, I'm going to go out there. I'll be back very shortly. Stay tuned, because we're going to get into the nuts and bolts of the ecclesiastical deed poll, etc., etc., etc. Thanks, Lou. Cheers, mate. Yeah, no, he's not. He's just slipped something in the letterbox. Righto. Okay. So, yeah, I do that because I want you to feel that emotion. I want the anger of how you would feel. And I want you to think back to when you was 5 or 6 or 4, all right, of how innocent you was and how beautiful you see the world to be, yeah? Because as kids, we don't see the world to be a dirty place, do we? We're innocent. And then someone in a position of trust comes along and bends you over. Can you just imagine? Can you just imagine? Pulls his pants down and does what he has to do. Can you just imagine how you would feel as a child having that happen to you? Oh, that's wicked. It's pure evil. Anyway, so we've got ecclesiastical deed poll. We're going to be talking about this. Must be on duck egg blue paper. I can't see the words here. Where's my other glasses? Let's take these off. I might be able to read it. So the ecclesiastical deed poll with divine, I can't see it. Oh, hang on. With divine, immortal spirit expressed in trust in the living flesh known as David Paul of the family Witcher, hereby give life to this sacred, irrevocable deed through our seal in blood and agreement to the conveyance and terms pronounced herein. Number 1, which, whilst we have expressed in trust our real properties, and whilst no consent given nor you have to bear with me. I'm going to have to go and get my glasses. I've got to run indoors and go and get them. Wait a sec. You thought I'd be organised, wouldn't you? Just bear with me, people. Oh my God. I'll get organised one day. Sorry about that. All stay tuned now. Quite like that. That's better. These are a bit strong for me, these ones. I've got another set coming. I can see now. Right. Okay, spot Dave goes long. Right, so the ecclesiastical deed poll per Coranium Divinient. I can send you all this via email. We never use the word I. Never use the word I. We. Divine immortal spirit expressed in trust to living flesh known as David Paul of the family which hereby give life to this sacred irrevocable deed through our seal in blood and agreement to the conveyance and terms pronounced herein. Number 1, while we've expressed in trust our real properties and while no consent given nor protest otherwise made, the such conveyance is unlawful, we bring attention to our mistakes of facts by failing notice of our competent living status. And number 2, as our actions in this instrument make our statuses clear and temporary testamentary trust, SKV, derivative thereof, formed upon such errors of presumptions as our abandoned loss, death, or incompetency, must be immediately dissolved, including a full account provided to us without delay. And number 3, to ensure no further mistakes are made by any party, we give further notice that all acts in commerce or law we engage as surety of our trust. David Paul Witcher, and kindly ask you update your records. And number 4, furthermore, we gratefully decline any offer of benefit from any and all estates which you and your colleagues administrate. As a result, any charges sent to us by mistake will be duly returned to you for you to discharge in accordance with the law. And number 5, as we have given proper notice that we cause any further injury, you acknowledge that no further demands, debts, or actions shall be issued against us in claiming injury as surety to the property that you administer. And number 6, receipt of this deed poll is acknowledgement and acceptance. Right. So these are one of the things that we have to serve. You probably can't see that too well. The second is my evidence of life. All right. Now I wrote my own, but you can download the form 206 off of the internet. And this was affirmed before a commissioner of oaths on the 6th of the 5th, 15, and it's sealed by the local general practitioner. And it's got a notary seal on the back. God, what's up with this today? So I've got a notary seal on there as well. So the form 206, I would suggest that you do. The reason why I'm using my own is because I've got a doctor, a solicitor, and a notary on there. So this can't be ignored. So this is evidence of life, proof of life. The man, David Paul Witcher, do state today that the 6th of May 2015 year of the following, year the following. I collapsed the trust of SESKV of 1666 and all other trusts that I have not been given full disclosure to, either expressed or implied. SESKV remaining beyond the sea for 7 years together, no proof of their lives. Judge in action to direct a verdict as though SESKV were dead. Taken from legislation.gov.uk. I now require as a man that the trust in the name of Mr. D.P. Witcher be collapsed, and I am executor of my estate in equity. I will live my life as per the King James Version Bible and the lively oracles of God and maintain the peace at all times. All of the above I attest to and practice daily. And also what I did was the birth certificate, the actual birth bond, the birth certificate that everyone's got in this country. I had it notarized and I writ across it, the man David takes control of the estate in Dominion. And they can question the notary if they like, but what it means is if they wish to question the notary. Now, I said to the notary, and by the way, if you want to notarize something, all you need to do is get an ink press, one of these, which was about 99 pence on eBay, and you just put this thumbprint on the bottom left, this thumbprint on the bottom right of your document, and you can either write in it or just across it, seal, SEAL, and that's your great seal. That's you self-notarizing, so you don't have to go and spend 80 quid or whatever it is with a public notary. You self-notarize your own stuff, okay? And then what you do is you get your ecclesiastical deed poll and your 206 evidence of life. What we can do, in actual fact, if I stop this and come back to you through Stream Broadcaster, we'll go through the ecclesiastical deed poll and the 206 so you can see it all online, all right? So bear with me. I'm going to end this stream now. Thanks for tuning in. I'll come back to you in about 3 or 4 minutes, or 5 minutes actually, whichever it is, through my StreamYard, and I will show you on the screen the documents that you need to do this. And just all you do is you take them to your local court and you file them, and that's it. That's you pretty much home and dry, because you've collapsed the presumptions, and that's all the system requires. Okay, so we'll be counting. Do you know anyone else has done this, bro? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I know a couple of guys who will be joining me this week on a call, which you guys can all listen to, that have done this and seeing fantastic results as well. So I'm Ben Dale. I'm from in London, now in Liverpool, and I had an open chat with Dave last month. You did gorgeous, and you're a gorgeous man, Davey Wilson. So right, bear with me. I'll be back with you very, very soon, and we'll be coming back through the Streamlab broadcasting platform.